First of all, I'm really proud of our team for a number of reasons, but one, just the way that they really battled to honor our seniors. They wanted to honor them and how hard we played. They wanted to win it for them, and we've grown a lot. And I think you've seen that in our last 3 wins, being able to find a way. And I'm really proud of them for that.
Be able to close out again. We talked about it early in the season. That was an issue, and it seems probably not coincidentally that's you guys have found a way to do that in the last few games. What's been the difference, do you think, kind of late in games that in the beginning of the season you guys had trouble closing out?
Well, I think our mindset and our mentality is continuing to get a little better, continuing to get a little tougher. I think our players are really doing a good job of problem solving on their own. So they're not waiting for us to always tell them something. They're talking about it amongst themselves. I think you'll see, we didn't run the play out of the timeout the way it was supposed to be run, but we found a way to make it happen, make something happen. And so you're seeing them learn to trust themselves and their instincts a little bit more, learn to trust one another a little bit more. And I think we're tougher. We got a ways to go, but I think we're tougher than we were before. And our freshmen have grown up a lot. And our freshmen have been impactful, and our freshmen have made big plays. Time and score plays, whether it be Aaron making that play at the end, whether it be Lily driving and making the right play to hit Krista in the corner. Whether it be Kaylee, that tape that she had in the fourth quarter going to the rim and finished. Kaylee has 6 rebounds. It's just they've grown so much, and Sierra getting an opportunity to get back on the floor and sort of try to get back into a rhythm. They've just come a long way. We didn't even have KO tonight, and she's probably come the farthest. And so it's great leadership by our seniors. Our young players really stepping up, and our team starting to trust themselves and trust one another.
I know Kaylee fouled out, but a couple other players, Krista and Marquez, playing pretty late with 4 fouls, being able to do it kind of intelligently. Is that something that you guys practice with in terms of being able to play smart, or just kind of you need them out there?
Yeah, we just didn't have a choice. Every time he's like, Kes has 4 fouls. Well, shoot, I don't know when Chris has 4 fouls. Well, I don't have anybody else to put in. I think we tried to help him a little bit by going zone. We try to help him a little bit. I think we've gotten better defensively, but we're still way too handsy. But at the same time, we got to play who's available. And I think, we had a lineup in the first half where Rachel Bell had to play the 4. Sometimes she practices the 4, but not very often. And she did exactly what we needed. There was one play in particular where she was in the 5 position, ran it exactly the way it needed to be run, and Lily comes off and she gets a layup. And so being able to adapt and being able to step up when your number's called, even if it's not an ideal circumstance, is something that we've gotten better at, and it's really been evident over the last 4 games.
You mentioned playing hard for the seniors, obviously emotional there at the end, honoring both Marquez and Minta, and even your short time here, I'm sure you've seen their importance to the team, and what have they kind of meant? What is it like to kind of see them go out, not just on their home floor, but with a good win, and just, what was that moment like out there?
Oh, man, it's emotional, because those two, from day one, have just been amazing leaders. From my very first conversations with them, they've been open to us, welcoming to us, open to the change. I talked to both of them all throughout the summer. Minta calling me, asking me, what can she do even though she can't be on the floor to be a better leader. Marquez texting me and calling me after games that she's watching and asking, the different things that we're going to run and how we'll utilize her. And it's just, they've been so engaged. And they've been not only great leaders by example, but great vocal leaders, and not just for our team, but in our community. Marquez and what she's doing with the SEC conference, and the leadership team, Minta with what she's done in community service, and they call her Grandma Spears, but what she's been able to do off of the floor. They're just such great ambassadors for Vanderbilt University, and I'm proud that I've been able to coach her for a year.
I know Minta's talked a little bit about wanting to coach one day. What do you kind of see in her in that regard? I know she kind of has.
She's gonna be a great coach.
Yeah.
I mean, from day one, the things that she communicated with me about workouts when we were talking over the summer, and she's asking how can I help, how can I be engaged, from the things that she sees. You know, a lot of times when you're a player, you get self-absorbed in being a player, and so it's good, bad, or ugly. It's all about you, and we're all like that. And Minta has an uncanny ability to step outside herself and see the big picture, and you really don't get to do that until you're in the coaching shoes. But she's able to do that, and I think the way she sees the game, I think her understanding of situations, you know, I think she's very mature and handles things in a great way, and you know, I think she's going to be an amazing coach.
Is that the fact that she has a master's degree now, I'm assuming, is that going to hinder her in like graduate assistance? Because obviously she already has a degree.
Yeah, she won't be able to be a GA, but she can go somewhere, and you know, she's going to do the So You Want to Be a Coach program at the Final Four, and so we'll be able to introduce her to a lot of people and a lot of coaches. And you know, she might have to get in as a video coordinator to start if there's no assistant coaching jobs available. But she's got enough resources. I mean, she's played for 4 coaches in 5 years. So between, you know, Christy Curry and Candy and Mel and myself, I mean, we all know a lot of people. And so we can put in a good word for her, and I think she's going to land on her feet. I think she's going to find a job.
Are there going to be any openings at Vandy coming up? Or?
Well, I hope there's not any openings soon, but I don't know.
Or maybe a spot that hasn't been filled.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Where do you guys stand as a team right now? We talked about this a little after the last game, but just being able to, you know, having some setbacks early in the SEC schedule, now having won a few at a good time before SEC tournament next week. I mean, to play like this right now, why is that important to this team?
Well, it's important because, you know, we still have an opportunity to play for postseason. I mean, when we talk about the WNIT, which I think would be a great experience for our team. You know, not only for our seniors to be able to continue to play, but for our young players. The practice time that we get, the opportunity to go out and play a one-and-done scenario and get a feel for what postseason is like, would be very important for us. I also think because we have come a long way in terms of our growth, and a lot of times you don't see it as players if you're not winning. And so they're starting to see it now, and so the hunger is there, the desire is there to want to continue to get better. And you know, you never know what happens when you go into a conference tournament. You know, you never know what happens. And for us, we want to continue to trend in a positive direction. And I feel like for the most part, even though we've had a couple setbacks, we have, even if it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, even if it doesn't show up on paper. And I think more than anything, I'm just happy for our team that some of this is starting to show up on paper, and some of this is starting to show up in time and score situations and in wins, because it gives them the confidence to understand and to trust in themselves and each other and the system.
What happened with this technical foul?
I don't know. There was some sort of scuffle, and there was a dead ball foul, and when there's a dead ball foul, it becomes a technical foul.
This gal, I saw the replay, she came up after Kylie, followed her, and then hit her.
No.
Shouldn't a player get thrown out of the game doing something like pursuing someone like that?
If it's a flagrant 2, they probably do, but I don't think they didn't justify it as a flagrant 2. So I don't know. I didn't see the replay.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
Thanks, Steph.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations on